All right, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday seminar at 4 o'clock. 大家好，欢迎大家回到天和有约在周四下午4点的讲座。So today I invited Mr. John Lensmire from Areteem Institute. He's the director of instructions and curriculum development, and also he's responsible for the ZIML event. So I invited him to talk about the opportunities with ZIML and also with the organization that organizing this whole thing, which is the ZIFR, Zoom Educational Foundation and Resources. And I'm going to start with talking about, of course, I'll show you the agenda. Here you go. Yeah, so we're going to talk about volunteering, right? Volunteering in general, why colleges ask you about the volunteer hours, volunteer activities. And also I'm going to quickly go over the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. And after that, John is going to give us some details about the opportunities with ZIML and with ZIFR in general. 大家好，我今天呢大致上可能主要会讲英文，同时的话呢做一些简单的中文翻译。大家如果是讲中文的朋友这个讲座以后还有问题的话，可以跟我们学生服务部或者跟我本人亲自联系，用中文在微信联系都可以。那么今天的话呢观众当中会有英文只讲英文的和讲中英文都讲的朋友，那我们主要就会用英文来沟通。谢谢。Okay, so today's topics on this page, we talk about why colleges ask about your volunteering hours, and we talk about, in general, the environment in the United States or in the Western world. Volunteering is a big thing. Why is a big thing? Because it's part of what the relationship with the part of the culture. All right, so then again, so John is going to talk more about the ZIML video contest, the summer ZIML volunteering opportunities, and also there's a big event coming up in August, which is the summer 2021 International ZIML Convention. So first, about the activities. So this page is a screenshot that somebody took for me on the Common App website, Common Application website. That's for the college applications. 那这个屏幕就是在那个大学正式申请的那个 Common App 的那个一个学生帮我截一个图哈，那这个截图呢就是其中一项非常重要的一项这个申请的内容呢就是报告你的各种各样的活动。那这些活动那它有列出来哈，这种 examples 就是这个活动的例子。也包括比如说艺术啦、音乐啦，你参加什么俱乐部啦，大家知道哈，高中里面也会有很多俱乐部，那有些学生就是为了表现自己说是为了填表，为了申请大学申请而开始一个俱乐部，很多俱乐部实际上也没有什么活动哈，但是俱乐部肯定是其中一项重要的指标哈。再一个就是说这个 community engagement 就是说你在这个社区就在你学校社区也好，或者是说你参加的比如教会的社区也好，或者就是你在这个居住的这个城市或者是town这个社区都有参加哪些活动。再一个就是 family responsibilities， 那这个呢就是对于很多这种低收入 low income disadvantaged 这个学生那这个学生本身呢需要 take 一些家庭的这种 family responsibility， 比如需要挣钱，需要比如 summer 基本上花大量的时间去挣钱来帮助家里的这个 财务方面，或者是在家里需要照顾一个老人呐、照顾生病的父母啊，或者生病的弟弟妹妹啊，什么这些都是非常 impress people 的这个family responsibility。但是这个就是说你是实际上自己经历过，才能写出非常有说服力，才能感动人的这种内容。再一个就是你的 hobby， 你的有什么爱好你什么爱好啊？比如说有的学生喜欢那个登山啦，有学生喜欢骑自行车，参加自行车比赛啊，跑马拉松啊，或者是就是编织啊什么这些各种各样的 hobby 你都可以 talk about it， 只要是 something you really enjoy it and you really really be part of your life that you enjoy by yourself and also help you enlighten other people around you. You know, hobbies like that, you can talk about those too. Sports 就是运动方面，体育方面。Sports obviously a huge thing in the United States, right? So families are willing to spend a lot of money to invest in sports. You know, a lot of families actually do that for the purpose of college recruiting. Yeah, sports is a huge thing. Any work or any volunteering is a big thing as well. So, and also you can talk about other experiences that's meaningful to you. But today we focus on talking about volunteering. So volunteering in the Western world, in the United States and the Western world, is a practice that encourage people to care about the society, care about the world, and contribute to the world without asking for return, without asking for pay or anything like that. Just because you do it, just because you want to do it, you care about the world. Yeah, so a lot of things around that. You can go volunteer and do things to engage yourself with the people who have the same interests, who have the same ideas, and caring about the same things to the world. So today, of course, we're going to focus on more about opportunities that you can get with developing your interest in math, science, technology, and engineering. So when you, if any students, you have the passion for STEM and have the go eventually study STEM majors or have a career in STEM. So this will be a golden opportunity for you to get engaged more, to care about the community, care about helping others, and bring the awareness to the world that how technology has been changing the world and has been providing the opportunities generation by after generation to creative people like yourself. So why colleges ask you about the volunteer hours? So, well, through, of course, right? So throughout the student's life, starting from kindergarten all the way to high school graduation, eventually you go to college, throughout the college life, and even graduate study, and even after you enter the real world to make a living. So there are certain things that you have to do or you're required to do, like in school, right? You're required to take certain classes. You're required to take certain exams to fulfill the requirement of graduation, high school graduation. Also, you fulfill the college admission requirement. Those are required, but from most of the time, right, from the stuff that you're not required to do, you're willingly spending time, and also especially for things that you don't expect any return, for those of the things would be able to better tell what type of person you are, and how you spend your extracurricular time, school, after school hours, summer hours and all that, we'll be able to tell what type of person, what kind of role you want to play in the society and beyond, in your own community or in the whole wide world, that what kind of role you want to play, what kind of stuff you want to contribute to the world. And also colleges, every college actually, they do have their own culture, they do have their own vibe. So I had, I heard of some students that they don't care about the location, the culture, whatever specific provided by the college. They just want to apply to only the top 20 or the top 30 colleges. Yeah, so but I always encourage students to understand, to each college has different culture, has different environment. They're definitely a fit or not fit for certain people. Not everybody can be successful in one college, and everybody could find their own niche, own world, that, or the college environment that to help you succeed. So colleges look for the same thing. They don't just look at your grade. They don't just look at one thing. They do like to look at, they use the word holistic, right? So they want to use multiple perspective to evaluate this person, whether this person is a good fit for this college or not. So yes, throughout the evaluation process, the application process, they look at from different angles to evaluate whether this person is going to succeed, it's going to be able to flourish, right, in the environment that they provide. So that's something that they want to look at. So that's what I summarized, the things that people ask a lot, why do you care? Why do colleges care about the volunteer hours? So from this perspective, from this angle, John, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Yeah, just at the end, you were talking about, yeah, the college being a good fit and stuff. I'll just say that all of these things are kind of repeated when you're going out into the real world, right? If you're getting a job or going to grad school, they don't just care, did you go to the top college? Of course, a good college is important, but they want to see too, oh, I went to the college and I joined a bunch of clubs because, I made a ton of friends and I was the leader of this club. I helped found this club because I was a good fit at that college. And then that's going to look much better than, oh, I went to the top school, but all I did is pass all my required classes. I graduated. That's not going to help you in the future as well. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So basically, the college life is very different from high school life. In college life, you not only just take some classes. So I keep telling people, if you just want to look at taking some classes, then you can just do it totally online. You don't need to go anywhere, right? Why spend money travel? Why spend money to go to an expensive college? So the college resource, college environment, that will make big difference. So you're not only just taking some courses and pass the exams and get a good GPA, or not even, right? So, but the clubs that are formed on the campus, or the resources, other resources like the college would invite certain speakers come to campus to give talks, and they hold conferences. They provide opportunities for students to go to the corporate world for internship, and all those will make difference to your college life, and what kind of outcome that a college experience will bring to you. So it's not just taking courses, has a lot of things, and one of them is the volunteer and the community culture, college vibe, and that will make a difference to your life, to your experience, and to the outcome of the students. So there's one thing, this thing also tells us, how the Western world really care about, I mean, especially in the United States, why they really care about the volunteering service. So there's this such thing as Presidential Volunteer Service Award. So this award, the presidential, it is the U.S. president level presidential award. So for this award, there's okay, let me say it this way. So there are organizations who join to get certified or get the authorization to certify the volunteers. So that means we have to pass certain requirements to become a certifying organization. And once we become a certifying organization, when students could do volunteers, work with us, with the opportunities that we provide or our partner organizations provide, or they can just do volunteer work anywhere that they choose. Like one of our students, we have been doing, certifying process for her for 3 years. She has been doing a lot of volunteer work, even in the pandemic, in this school year 2020 through 2021, in this specific, very special environment. She still did a lot of volunteer work with her church. Yeah, you can do volunteer work anywhere you choose. That you submit those hours, submit the contact person's name and contact information to us, and we contact those people to verify you actually did the work, and not only did it, but also showed your able to take responsibility, taking initiative. Yeah, so basically they would say some words, give some reference about what you did. So after we go through this whole verification process, we will submit the application to the organization to apply for the Presidential Volunteer Award for you. Then once it's approved, then we can we're gonna send you a certificate at the minimum. The level of the presidential award has gold, silver, and bronze, and also they have a lifetime award. I'm going to show you what the requirement for each of them. Yeah, so to quickly put together this presentation, so I just grabbed some pictures from the internet. So here it shows you the certificate is the main thing. I guess that's most important for students who want to use this as a proof of evidence that you have this award. So there's a certificate with your name specifically printed on it, and also specify which level of award you got. So like this particular person, I don't know this person, I just downloaded from the internet a picture. So this person got a gold level award. And there's a letter to acknowledge the you got the award as well as a proof of evidence. And also the other things that you could get or not is optional. You could get a pin or a badge like this, a medal like this, or a pin that you can keep as a souvenir. But again, the most important, of course, is the certificate and the letter. All right, so here list out the requirements to get the different awards. So we have, we list out for the different age group. 5 to 10-year-old teens from 11 to 15. Then for young adults, that's from 16 to 25. And then 26 and plus are considered adults. So for example, for teens, right? So that's most of our students. They're in the 11 to 15 range. So if they worked throughout the whole year, this is the annual requirement. So if you did anywhere between 50 and 74 hours throughout the year, you get a bronze medal, or you 75 to 99 is silver medal, and 100 plus hours is the gold medal. And once you hit this range, the young adults range, that's from 16 to 25, the requirement is much higher. So if in order to get a gold award, if you are 16 or older, so you need to have 250 plus hours. And anybody can get a lifetime award, and that achievement award has this requirement: 4,000 hours, 4,000 plus hours. If you get to that, you will get a lifetime achievement award. So there's some, different levels to move up to, and also some, higher, even lifetime award to look forward to. So that's something to keep in mind. So right now, we usually do it starting like around this time, the end of the school year, before the next school year. So basically the summertime is the time we certify for the previous school year. So right now we are certifying for the 2020 through 2021 school year. So if anybody did a lot of volunteering in this school year, and you want to get certified and get a Presidential Volunteer Service Award, you can email us to info@zephyr.org. So maybe I should list the email address, but
I can type it in chat too then.
Yeah. Put that in the chat. So that way, so email us to request to get certified, and then you need to provide a list of the volunteer work, the hours, the organization you did with, and also the contact person's information, so that we can contact them to verify and certify for you. Okay, so so next we're gonna talk about the details about the opportunities with the ZIML. ZIML is a initiative by the Zephyr Zoom Education Foundation and Resources. So it's called ZEFR, Zephyr.org. So yeah, we have several initiatives right now, and also opportunities in the summer. So Mr. Zhang can give us some details about that.
Yeah, so just like we were talking about kind of finishing up 2021 or 2020-2021 school year in terms of the volunteering, we just kind of are finishing up our monthly contests. So, right, if you haven't checked out those at ZIML before, right, keep those in mind for next year, but we have a lot of fun stuff coming up for the summer as well. But in terms of kind of the video creation contest, we're doing this to kind of cap off the year. So we want to give students a chance to show off their kind of math and presentation skills. So we picked 2 divisions from this ZIML monthly contest. So Division M and the Junior Varsity. So this is great for anyone middle school up to high school, kind of a great range of those kind of students. And the idea is we want to give you a chance to make a video, explain the problem, explain how you solved that problem, and kind of explain the different methods or things you need along the way, just as a way to kind of show off your passion and knowledge about math. And then, right, we're going to be submitting these videos. We're going to do a little contest about that kind of that way as well. But it's really a chance to do kind of both of these things. So when we talk about the awards and prizes in a second, we will highlight this again, but both show off kind of your math skills. But one of the things we always like to do, whether it's in classes, camps, right, we want students not only to be able to do math, but explain math, right? In the real world, you need to be able to share your ideas with others. And so this presentation, this video creation contest is a great way to start developing those skills as well. Yeah, so if we go to the next slide, then we can talk a little bit about the prizes and stuff like that there, right? So we have the two divisions, Division M and the Junior Varsity, and we're going to be giving out 2 winners for each of those divisions. And we're splitting up how those winners are going to be decided as well. So first of all, we're giving 1 winner for the best solution and explanation. So this is really your chance to show off your math skills, right? So we want to be able to see, okay, you had a cool idea. You explained it really well, right? It was a complicated problem, but your way of thinking about it, you broke it down nicely into the different pieces and were able to kind of explain it as part of your video. So that's kind of one video where one prize where we're going to focus much more on, can you explain the ideas, right? What's your math knowledge and stuff like that there. The other one is still, of course, we want you to not be lying to us, and we want you to give a good solution and correct math along the way, but we're going to put more of a focus on the video production. So we know some students are a little bit more creative. They like creating something, right? Making it look cool, adding transitions, right? Going a little bit more into that video production kind of vein of thinking. And so we will give 1 winner for that kind of best video, best looking, where we're going to worry more about how is their kind of quality of the video? Does it look cool? Does it look clean? Stuff like that as well. So those are kind of the ways we're splitting it up that way as well. So students have a chance to show off their video, but if you've never done a video before, if you're worried about your video being boring or you're worried about how you can kind of make it look good, you don't need to focus on that if you don't want to. We will still be giving one that just has the best solution and explanation. Even if it's not the best video quality or the best production value, you can still win by kind of showing off, hey, this was a good idea. You have a cool solution. We really like your approach to the problem. That will be a way to kind of be the winner that way as well. And every winner, regardless of the division and which one of these 2 winners you are, will get $200 off for a future camp or online course, basically credit for a future Areteem program. So we're happy that Areteem is helping us out with that, plus a $25 Amazon gift card that way too. So that kind of is the prizes and stuff that we'd be thinking about for this video contest. And just right as a little bit of tips and tricks, again, right, we have these different ways of kind of judging the videos, some more on math-based, some more on kind of the video presentation ways there too. But just wanted to give a few ideas so that it's not as scary as it seems, right? When we're doing this webinar now, just by launching Zoom, right, we have a PowerPoint up here. You see us in the corner talking on video, right? Zoom is making a recording for that automatically. So if you have a webcam at home, right, you have kind of PowerPoint or you have a virtual whiteboard on your computer, easy enough to start up Zoom, share your screen, hit the record button on Zoom, explain the problem to us, and there you have your video automatically, right? If you want to use that as a base and then do some fancier video editing stuff on top of that, great. But right, as an easy way to create a video, it's not too hard just to use your computer, right? We'd like to see your face on there explaining it to us, but that's kind of easy enough to do via Zoom. And right, doesn't even need to be that technologically advanced either, right? If you have a little whiteboard or something at home, you can have someone help you out by, taking the cell phone and recording you, right? You can explain it just like your teacher might at school, right? Writing on the board, writing on a pad of paper or something, where you're again explaining the problem, showing it to us that way as well, right? We just want you to have a way to be creative, show off your ideas, and kind of just make that video and share it with us, and then we're going to choose the winners from there as well.
Yeah, I want to add to this. So, we want to stress that volunteer or activity or artistic skills and all that to show off you are not just a math nerd or a STEM nerd. You are, you do have different, skills, and is you're developed fully, as a whole person. It doesn't have to be, something that you have to go to Africa or go to, rural China to do anything. You just do something to show, to demonstrate your own passion, and also use your passion to help the people around you, help disadvantaged kids from different disadvantaged families with math learning, with STEM activities. This itself to show that you care. To show that you are a contributor to the community, that's good enough to prove that you're a person that could fit into certain colleges that have the same ideas, same vibe.
Yep, yeah, that's good. And yeah, these things, yeah, going back to those volunteering, yeah, whatever your passions are, yeah, you can find, yeah, like Ms. Wren was mentioning, tutoring local kids, that's volunteering, right? Yeah, it's engaging with the community, right? Helping make a video, and sharing it with people in your area can be kind of done that way too, to show your passion and show, yeah, that it's not just the academic passion, that you're kind of taking initiative to make your own kind of choices, reach out and search for other opportunities to get involved that way as well. Yeah, and this slide, just real quick, right? This is, of course, open to any student who participated in the ZIML kind of contest over the weekend, but we don't want to make it so that you had to have done that, right? You're first learning about it now, you want to join, oh, I can't because I didn't compete in the contest. That's not a problem, right? We're going to be releasing a little bit later today or early tomorrow morning some kind of problems from those two divisions. So there will be contest problems from those actual contests. And if you didn't get a chance to join the competition last weekend, you can pick one of your favorite problems still from those released ones and use that for the video contest. The goal really is giving people a chance to make that video, explain a problem, show how their kind of thought process works, and go from there. Yeah, so we just wanted to pause here. If there were any kind of questions about the video contest, you can let us know, I think in the chat or kind of in the Q&A stuff. Otherwise, we can talk about some other ways that students can kind of get involved a little bit more kind of volunteering wise for college stuff too. So yeah, and so yeah, if questions come up, let us know. Otherwise, right, one of the things we're going to be pushing and want to make sure people know about for this summer is the ZIML Student Advisory Board. So, right, ZIML, we have a lot of the things there, the daily magic problems, the different monthly contests. We have a lot of practice resources there. And most of those resources we're really proud to be able to offer for free, right? You can just get a free account. All the free daily practice is there, bunch of practice problems, community forums to kind of talk with each other there. And right, this is kind of only possible with help from kind of students and parents that way too. And so the ZIML kind of Student Advisory Board, ZSAB, is a great way to kind of volunteer your time, help improve the different programs, help them reach more students. But as we kind of see a couple of the options too, I do want to stress that we want to treat them from my point of view, from the kind of Zephyr point of view, right? Of course, we really appreciate the help, but we want to be helping you as students develop skills that will help you in the future too. So all of these things, right? It's not just your volunteering. We want you to be learning along the way. We want you to be developing and practicing skills that will benefit you throughout your kind of life as well.
So John, for this ZIML Student Advisory Board, we do have different positions for the students to take lead at, right? So
and for this summer especially, we have a couple of different projects that we kind of want to be pushing people towards. But yeah, then kind of depending on how projects go and stuff, yeah, we do want kind of people to take more kind of leadership roles and stuff that way in the future too.
Yeah, so definitely this is going to add to your resume. So one of the activities that's related to your passion for math and the STEM that you can talk about, you know, you are a student advisory board, you know, then you add to a particular position saying that, for example, director of outreach or director of certain things. So that's going to make your resume, you know, really nice.
Yep, yeah, so in terms of kind of the specific programs, right? So this is what Ms. Ren was kind of talking about too, some different ways, but also then as these programs kind of develop, right, depending on kind of your work with the outreach, right, that can grow into kind of being in charge of things, right? And I'll mention it briefly at the end, but I can mention it now too, right? These are just kind of big general ideas that can get people started, right? We're really open to students who, once they've been doing some volunteering for a while, once they're comfortable with ZIML, right? We don't want to say, or we don't want to kind of, we want to give you opportunities to share your ideas as well. I want to do this to bring ZIML to my community, right? And then we can provide resources to kind of help you out that way as well. But the three kind of big ways we're breaking it down this summer. First one is what we're calling kind of daily magic spell intern, right? So we have the free daily problems every day, different levels, right? And so we want to teach you kind of more about that, help with problem writing, help with organizing. Second big one is always about outreach, right? Regardless of how good something is or how helpful something is, if it's not reaching people and we're not sharing it with more people, that's defeating the purpose as well. So this is a great way to kind of help outreach in your community, volunteering in your community, but also if you're interested in kind of social media marketing, you can develop some of those skills as part of kind of the outreach intern. And final one is the AMC Problem Archive intern. So this is helping, we have a lot of practice problems, right? Helping organize them, help classify them. These problems talk about geometry. So if students are struggling with geometry problems, they can have resources for improving those geometry problems specifically, etc. So those are kind of the big picture stuff there. We have a couple of slides for each of them, but was there anything generally you wanted to add, Kelly, for this? Or?
Generally, I want to say I do see a lot of students are taking initiative, starting a a math class or some tutoring. So in order, of course, I mean those are all very good initiatives. But meanwhile, it could add some burden for you to determine what kind of students to teach what to teach to what kind of students, so that it takes you energy to think about it, and also if the stuff that you teach not appropriate to the student level, maybe could cause confusion and it could cause, sense of failure for yourself. So instead, maybe it's a better idea, to join the Zephyr community so that we can use the Areteem materials. The Areteam, we have full-time teachers like myself and Mr. Zhang. So we are all full-time people. We have a full-time team to research, from different like a college requirements, Common Core standards, school requirement, and with everything we need to consider for the education purpose. So we already did the work and developed the whole class system that you can take advantage of. So join our community to make your life easier also mean join a team that to have some get to know other peers to have the similar interests and to serve your own local community.
Yeah, that really kind of allows you to focus too on what you maybe are most interested in that way kind of as well, right? Because a lot of the times it's great to try to do something from scratch, but then, a lot of the times, you have difficulty with maybe the stuff you're less interested in the first place, right? And so, some of these different programs are kind of a great way to explain that as well. So maybe can we go to we'll talk about these maybe real quick, just so there's time for questions and stuff too. But so for the Daily Magic Spell Intern, suppose you're really just interested in the problems, you love math, you like solving problems, you like saying, okay, here's a lot of questions about this one topic. So if somebody wants to learn about this topic, I want to be able to give them a bunch of different problems on this kind of topic, You're really interested in that creation of the problem portion of it. Then the Daily Magic Spell Intern could be a great place to kind of help out and work with stuff too. So like Ms. Ren was saying, you then have our expertise, We've been writing problems. You can help learn from us. We want to teach you what maybe makes a good problem, what maybe makes a problem good, but a little too difficult if you're trying to give it to elementary school students, It's really hard sometimes to know, we do some work with the LA County Office of Education with kind of writing contest problems for stuff there. And one of the first times we did this, I was kind of shocked. One of the pieces of feedback we got was the font was too small, And that was something that doing it for the first time, that never crossed my mind. I was worried about, is the math okay? Do we explain the problem right? And they were worried about, the font size, And so that's the stuff we've been doing for years that we can help you out, that you don't always need to be reinventing things from scratch. And so this is a great one to kind of really dig in and show off your kind of problem creation and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so for students or parents don't know what Daily Magic Spell is, we have a ZIML app. Actually, ZIML, people can access from the website as well, right, John?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is part of the ZIML platform, and it's also available on the ZIML app. So if you go to the App Store on your phone, on your mobile device, you can find the ZIML, ZIML, so that we students and some parents do that too. A lot of parents actually really enjoy every day solve a math problem to exercise their brain. For students, this is the good excuse to use your mobile phone. So your parents don't say, are you playing game again? No, I'm not playing a video game. I'm doing a math problem. Yeah. So anyway, so this will be a very good practice. So next about outreach intern.
Yeah, so again, maybe you really enjoy making the problems, but there's a lot of people that maybe just like explaining stuff. There's a lot of teachers we work with who just like to teach. They love to teach. They don't really like deciding what to cover. They don't like organizing the stuff the right way. They enjoy working with students, kind of teaching them the stuff, right? So if that's how you feel about things, right, if we can kind of help you focus on that interest. So this is about kind of being in the community, right? Telling people about programs, right? You can form your own clubs that maybe solve ZIML questions, right? So you don't have to worry about planning. You have to worry about finding the students, giving them the ideas, teaching them that way kind of as well. This also gives you a chance if you're more interested in, right, social media and stuff and want to turn some of that interest, right, or creative interest into something that can kind of be used for kind of colleges and stuff, right? I don't know how many colleges, like, you know, you will be impressed if you say, I have a social media account that, you know, I post selfies every day and I have, you know, 1,000 followers. Maybe that won't help when you're applying to MIT. But if you say, oh, I have a social media account, right? I helped create, each week I talk about a famous mathematician, right? Or a famous scientist, if that's what you're interested in, right? That is a way to kind of still interact with the community, still be participating on social media, but kind of helping others, teaching others along the way as well. So that's kind of a great way you could be involved as kind of an outreach intern, getting the word out, interacting with people, helping people out that way as well.
Yeah, so all it takes actually for outreach or marketing, it sounds like, you know, a professional word, you know, a lot of students don't feel like they can approach, but actually to use a layman's word is just about telling people about what you like. It's just easy like that. Just like you call your, have a conversation with your friend, and then you start to talk about the thing. So that is outreach. So for students who want to help their community with, you know, the STEM opportunities, so this is a very good place to start. Again, you know, all the course system is in place. Different level materials are in place. All they need to do to reach out, for example, in school, they can start a math club, and then they can identify the participants level. Then we have materials for you to just, you know, just grab the, you know, materials from us and start your club. So that way you don't get into the situation that you start a club and become president and then turn out, you know, there's no activity at all.
Yep. Yeah, and the last one is, again, a little bit more on the kind of problem creation side, right? Of course, we're open to other ideas and stuff too, but we know a lot of people are really interested in kind of the different math competitions. So we have the ZIML competitions, the daily magic spells, but also, right, we want to be able to give people access to practice materials for AMC 8, 10, and 12, right? So this is another way to kind of get familiar with that. So if you're interested in those competitions, this is a way to help others, right? Help yourself by getting to know the problems more, getting to practice the knowledge points. You're kind of doing that way too. And right, as a way to do outreach for kind of using ZIML to help practice for upcoming math contests as well. Yeah, and so on that ziml.areteem.org site, right, we have just kind of a quick application process. If you're interested, you can also shoot us an email at info@zephyr.org if you're kind of just not so familiar with the Areteem site and want to just email us there saying you want to kind of get started with some volunteering with ZIML. We're happy to share some more information with you that way as well. And then, yeah, our big convention coming up. This is a great way to kind of end, and we can take questions if you have it that way too. But kind of, we do have our kind of international convention every year. We've been running this for a few years now. Last year had to be moved totally online, but we made the best of it and still had a great convention with students joining online from all over the world. We're going to be still doing it online this August, but we will have some on-site portions to it if students are local to our area in kind of Southern California. We're also, right, looking for volunteers, looking for partners, right? If you are starting a math club this summer, right, this can be a great thing to get a bunch of your friends together at your location, and you can kind of do a on-site portion of the ZIML convention at your school or your town, or your kind of, just even if it's your friends getting together, a little club that way too. And kind of ZIML Student Advisory Board members, right, if you do one of these projects, we're going to be kind of recognizing all of your hard work as part of this convention. You'll also receive free online registration for the convention to kind of join us that way as well. Yeah, and so then just kind of the quick schedule, right, is going to be afternoon. That's a Saturday afternoon from kind of 12 to 5:30. We have check-in. We have the different ZIML events broken down into a couple of different rounds. We're going to have a guest speaker and then the kind of award ceremony. And like I mentioned, if you're local, we're going to have some on-site kind of events in Southern California. We'll have a small social with some snacks and things after the award ceremony. And if people have a chance to kind of do local events in their communities, we would kind of want them to do similar things that way as well. Yeah, so were there any questions from anybody about the convention or getting involved with ZSAB or getting involved with Zephyr, just kind of in general? Any questions about the video contest too? We're kind of happy to answer any questions now, but also we're happy to answer questions later. Join on our kind of class forum, right? Or contact us with any questions or kind of things you might be interested in as well.
So other than the volunteer opportunities offered with Zephyr and Areteem, and our college counseling program does organize other volunteer programs as well. We also partner with some also like a national or local nonprofit organizations if they have some good volunteer work or good project that we would recommend our students or organize our students to participate as well. Okay, so all right, so if we don't have questions, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for coming to our webinar, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, always contact us. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.